few days ago, I did a video about backers, players saying that they feel embarrassed of being even associated with Star Citizen CIG, given how despicable, how shameless, how disgustingly monetized driven they are on everything. Well, this is just confirmed yet again by our friend Yogi. Guys, if you appreciate the honesty that I bring to the community, let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe. That's always much appreciated. I saw a video from Kamura, and I want to say I usually agree with Kamura very often. This time, Kamura is wrong. Let's get to this. Yogi responds to pilot weapons on the Idris, but the Polaris gets a torpedo button babysitter while the Idris T gets size-12 torpedoes that are fully pilot controlled. The Idris has pilot controlled torpedoes, has pilot controlled guns, has pilot controlled everything. The Polaris, the Idris doesn't need anyone. You spend $2,000, you get to be Mr. Big Dick flying around in literally a giant fucking penis of a spaceship and shooting whoever you want with your dick. That's great. That's awesome. And if it's not enough with a laser ray, you can shoot torpedoes at them too. That's fantastic. But we have a little problem. That was not the way you were supposed to play the game. Remember, if you have a small light fighter, even a heavy fighter, but anything bigger, you should need to multi-crew. You should need someone manning those guns, manning that EMP button, manning those torpedoes, right? This is the original that Kamuro was talking about. This is from Captain Kilgore, Idris Auto Aim. Where is the consistency in the decisions? Aris Eon Fix assist with 900. Idris, yeah, ridiculous. Aris Iron total lack of hit reg clip. Yeah, so it's embarrassing. Could we just offload the main weapons to some kind of gunner operator? It's kind of insane to have that much single pilot power in a capital ship that's supposed to be multi-crew. For the and this is Yogi. Yo, fucking Yogi. This man is gonna ruin CIG even before they milk the cow until they kill it. Before they get that last golden egg goose, Yogi, with this moronic attitude of thinking that everyone is more stupid than he is, he's gonna drive people away with this kind of response. Check this out. For the Idris main gun, it would not make sense, given that an Idris main gun operator would just press a single button. Yeah, no shit, Yogi. That's what all of these guys do. That's why they call it, what is that he said? Babysitting a button in the fucking Polaris that you only do is press. It makes no sense. You're in a room and you're like, yeah, we get it. It is stupid. It is stupid as long as you do that only for some ships. It so happens to be that it's the ships that are not worth $2,000, but for the $2,000 ship, you get them the OP God mode of, yeah, everything is pilot operated, and you piss on everyone with your Idris. That's what you're saying here. What does the co-pilot turret operator do in a Scorpius Antares aside from push a button? There you go. And Yogi's reply is an insult to Yogi, fucking Yogi. Yogi, come on, listen. You're not smart enough to play dumb. Playing dumb is usually cheap and low, even for smart people. Smart people will not play dumb, right? But for you, man, you can't afford to play dumb. I think we're all aware that the game doesn't do everything perfectly yet. You mean the game is not perfect? Oh, so the problem is not greed. The problem is perfection. Striving for perfection too much, are we, Yogi? Like with master modes, that's the problem, Yogi. That's the issue, Yogi. And Kamural is wrong. He says, well, there's miscommunication, there's teams that don't talk. No, Kamural, buddy, you're wrong. That is exactly the opposite of what's going on. Let me clarify. What's going on is that there's a man called Chris Roberts. There's a bunch of people around him that like making a lot of money. They like money more than anything else. They like money more than actually making a video game, which is this stuff like, people, dreamers, epic developers of game like Sean Murray from No Man's Sky. He would burn his ass in hell before selling his soul like this, but not Chris. Chris has sold his soul regarding what his dreams are a long time ago. He likes money. I get it. And he likes money more than he likes the idea of risking failure yet again. So he's going with a monetization ship selling model. And that's where you have all of the answers. The simple answer is that there is a lot of communication. And in that a lot of communication, what they do is they sell a ship, and then they sell a more expensive ship that's going to be better and more powerful, and it's going to be more OP, and then they nerf it, and they sell it again, and do this bullshit time and again, and then there's going to be more expensive ships that allow you to do cooler stuff. And then there's going to be the fucking $2,000 ship, which if they had told the guy that only wants to fly around in his giant penis in space, shitting and ejaculating on everyone with their giant ship dick Idris, and literally that's what the main gun actually ends up looking like. Oh, but you need someone else to play along with you to press that button like everyone else. You know what people that are willing to spend $2,000 on that would have said? Fucking no. I'm not even playing this, man. I have maybe a little bit too much money, and more often than not, because I know stories, maybe what I have is a little bit less common sense than I should, and I really cannot afford to spend $2,000 or even $100 in many cases, but I still do. But I'm not gonna ask for someone to come and play and push a button. I'm spending $2,000. I'm an idiot, but I'm not that much of an idiot. I don't even play the game, because if I play the game, I would know what many of us that actually play the game know, which is you're not going to have more fun. You're not going to have more fun with the Idris, with the Polaris, with the 890 Jump. The Carrack is actually getting a lot better now that you have some pilot weapons and whatnot. But no, I want to have something that shoots and fucks everyone up. If not, I'm not gonna spend $2,000 on it. They know, and they're so good at monetizing that they know that perfectly well. So they give what the guy that's going to spend $2,000 wants, which is the big dick to fuck everyone up. And that's what they do. So it is all a lie about, well, we don't do things perfect. It is misguided, the idea of Camural, that this just happens to be miscommunication among teams. No. The teams communicate perfectly fine. They communicate to get the maximum amount of profit from this model that focuses on selling ships to different brackets of prices. And depending on what you pay, you just can say fuck everything that Chris Roberts has said so far. Multi-crew if you spend $1,000. If you spend $2,000 fuck everyone, and we just do what we do. Okay? That's the truth, guys. If you appreciate this, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below.